Hi, hello. I am here to clarify the question for number 32. So the question is, in the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeoning of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. My head is bloody but unbowed is an example of which figure of speech? A. Metaphor, B. Simile, C. Hyperbole, or D. Alliteration. So we have to analyze the stem first and the choices given. So actually this question is taken from a poem. It's one of the stanzas of a poem entitled Invictus written by William Henley. So the poem Invictus, if you have read this already, utilizes several literary devices to convey its meaning and to create an impactful effect. Now, one of the primary literary devices used in this poem actually is imagery. Have you heard of imagery already? Now, imagery is a kind of literary device used to evoke emotions and create visual pictures in the reader's mind. For example, this line, in the fell clutch of circumstance, and in the line, my head is bloody but unbowed, both of these lines paint a vivid picture of resilience and determination in the face of adversity. Now, however, take a look at the options. We don't have an option for imagery. So, what should be the next best answer? Kasi wala si imagery. That's supposed to be the best answer to this question. So, the next best answer would be, yes, correct. It's a kind of metaphor. You know naman ang meaning ng metaphor, di ba? I know you have studied this before. A metaphor is a figure of speech that compares two things that are not literally alike. In this case, my head is bloody but unbowed. Unbowed, it uses a kind of metaphor called visual metaphor. For English majors out there, you know that there are many types of metaphor, and one of them is visual metaphor. So, what's a visual metaphor? A visual metaphor is a comparison that is created through the use of imagery. So, we can say that a visual metaphor falls under imagery, though we don't see the choice or the option for imagery here, but still, meron tayong option for the metaphor and a kind of metaphor called visual metaphor. So in this case, the speaker is comparing their head to a person who has been beaten but has not given up. Kasi bloody but unbowed. Duguan pero hindi nakayuko ang ulo. So this metaphor creates a vivid image. An image of a head with blood. An image of the speaker's strength and determination. Diba? So, but diba? Sa mga English major dyan, we also know that there is a kind of metaphor called extended metaphor. Actually, you can also choose extended metaphor for this. What is an extended metaphor? An extended metaphor is a kind of metaphor that is developed over a series of lines or sentences. So, for example, for this stanza, we have the first, second, and third stanza. They introduce a vivid image of what's going on. And the last image is presented here. An image of a person with bloody head, but that head isn't bowed. Hindi sumusuko. So, diba? So, pwedeng gamitin ang tinatawag nating visual metaphor and extended metaphor. So, what if wala sa metaphor? What is the next best answer after metaphor? Then, you can choose this time yung tinatawag natin alliteration for letter D. You know naman, alliteration is when we repeat. It's a kind of literary device then. When we repeat the first sound or the first consonant sound of a series of words, or that's a standard alliteration, di ba? Kasi yung pag-uulit ng consonant sound sa beginning ng mga words o pwede rin nasa gitna ng isang word. Kasi yung standard na alam natin is sa beginning, but it could also be sa middle. For example, my head is bloody but unbowed. So if you notice, we are repeating the sound of the consonant B. B. Now, if i-produce nyo talaga yung sound, nagbibigay tayo ng emphasis for the B sound. My head is bloody but unbowed. Diba? So that's why alliteration is the next best answer for this. So what if wala sa alliteration? And the last choice natin is yung hyperbole. You cannot choose simile for this. You can only choose metaphor or alliteration, or yung last or least among the three is hyperbole. And as you know already what's hyperbole. Hyperbole is a statement of exaggeration. So if you take this statement as an exaggerated statement, then it could fall under hyperbole. So I hope na nabigyan natin ng clarification ang tanong na to. So for imagery, the best answer would be imagery. Kung walang imagery, we go for visual metaphor or simply metaphor, and then alliteration. There are many links. There are many resources over the internet that would tell you that the poetry analysis for Invictus, especially in this stanza, is a kind of imagery and metaphor. Thank you and good morning.